Senator Feeney.
Thank you, President. I rise to speak on the amendment that's before us. But first I want to thank, through you, Madam President, the Senator from Plymouth and Barnstable who just gave his inaugural speech in this chamber. I know we all agree that the P&B district is lucky to have him serving up here, and I believe everybody in this chamber will agree that we are fortunate to be able to serve alongside of him. I want to offer my sincere gratitude to the gentleman for his work in fighting so ardently for Pocasset and for joining with myself and others in standing up for Pappas and Canton as well, and for the services that are provided here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in our region. Madam President, I spoke yesterday at length about Pappas, so I don't want to belabor the point. But I do want to highlight just a couple of the anecdotal messages that we've heard from people, from students, from former students, from families, from the workforce at Pappas, and I know those that have served at Pocasset and the workforce there as well agrees. I just want to mention one particular comment from our friend Annie, who many of you may have gotten the chance to meet when she visited with many of her friends up here to the State House. She sent me a message that said, quote, "I got sent to Pappas Rehabilitation Hospital for Children, and I was angry and did not understand many things. But with all that was available and the staff, I learned new things and formed bonds with staff and other patients over time. I did not want to leave as it became home to me and opened doors that I never thought of." That was from Annie, very strong, impressive young woman who, again, said, "I didn't want to leave as it became home to me and opened doors that I never even thought of." In an email, one provider said the students had opportunities far beyond what would be possible in a more traditional setting of being in a unit on a wing. There was joy everywhere. Imagine that, in a place where people are facing unimaginable medical issues. She said that there was joy everywhere. In a Facebook comment on a post, a former patient said, quote, "Pappas Rehabilitation Hospital for Children is a big community of family and friendship. Like a home to me. Like a home to me. They made me feel loved." The gentleman who just spoke from the Plymouth and Barnstable district gets it. He understands that we're fighting not just for services and for facilities and for health care. We're fighting for places that matter to people, that lift them up, that give them hope, that are home, that are home. In recent news coverage following the announced closure, just a few months ago, a former student said, quote, "Pappas is family. Pappas is family." And for many of those students, and for this one in particular, Pappas is her only family. For many of them in care and custody of the Commonwealth, it's their only family. We owe it to them. We owe it to them not to take them away from their family. We owe it to them not to take them away from their home. There is no doubt that Pappas is a special place. As I said yesterday, something much more than just a residential medical institution. We have an opportunity to pause, to study, and reimagine the compassionate care and education that we provide at both Pocasset, the services that are provided there, and at Pappas. But, Madam President, we can't do that if the doors are shuttered and the young people at Pappas are discharged elsewhere, or if we shut the door at Pocasset and those people have no place to turn. It's been said, Madam President, that in times of crisis, you can get bitter or you can get better. I think of that often, especially during these times when we're facing some serious economic headwinds and decisions need to be made, that in times of crisis, you can get bitter or you can get better. With the funding in this base budget and the clarifying language and amendment offered by the gentleman who just spoke, we are doing more than just protecting what we have. We are acting with compassion and care. We're giving ourselves the opportunity to think big, to reimagine what we can do at these facilities, to reimagine the way that we provide care in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We are letting go of bitter as tough as that is sometimes, we are letting go of bitter, and we are getting better. That's what we do in the Senate. And because of the leadership of the gentleman who just spoke, our colleague, Senator Fernandez, and many, many, many others in this chamber, the Senate is thinking big. We're giving ourselves an opportunity to pause, to study, and to reimagine what we do. I am so grateful to the senator who just spoke for his leadership and for the continued support of our Senate President, who knew that this was a priority for many of us and joined with us in making this a priority in our budget, in our statement of values this fiscal year. And to the Chair of Ways and Means, who didn't hesitate once when we brought this to him. And for many, many colleagues in this chamber who have rallied around both Pappas and Pappas in making a difference and touching the lives of so many people, giving them hope, getting better, thinking bigger. Thank you, Madam President.